Hi guys, so I came across this kind of Transformers brand, but it's not really Transformers, it's not Hasbro, it's not Takara, it's called DiaRobo. So I kind of picked it up because it looks pretty nice and it looks like a pretty decent kind of Transformer figure and it looks pretty cool, so I decided to pick it up. This is DR-0010. I have no idea what the name of this figure is because everything's in Japanese, but this is basically the brand DiaRobo. This is basically a car that's modeled after the Toyota Prius, and here's a closer look, I guess, and it transforms into an eagle or a bird, kind of like a figure. So this is basically the packaging, and at the back is just a bunch of Japanese writings and kind of warning signs or whatnot. So yeah, without further ado, let's get this open and see how good of a figure this guy is. Alright guys, so I have the figure straight out of its packaging. As I said, it's modeled after a Toyota Prius. So they actually have the Toyota logo right in the front, right here. In terms of paint detail, mostly white. You have some tinted windows actually. They are tinted because you can kind of see through it. You don't see it on these ones right now because of the plastic that's inside, but you can see it clearly from the back. You have some door details, even a gas tank detail. The detailing on this car is great, like I have to say. Except for the coloring of the headlights, they're all gray, and the tail lights. Besides that, I think this car mode looks really good. Black wheels, silver, black tires, silver wheels. Rolls really well. It's actually really similar to a Hot Wheels toy car. I really like it. I think a lot of Toyota Prius drivers, or if you really like this Toyota Prius car, would really like this figure because it has a really nice car mode. So that's pretty much it for car mode. And in terms of size comparison, I guess I can give you a comparison against a Transformers Legends Swerve. So it's comparable in size. It's almost the same. Swerve's a bit bigger. And another comparison is just using Swerve's buddy right here. So this is basically, he's probably a bit bigger than him. So here you have it, like a 3 size comparison. So in terms of transformation, it's pretty easy. First you want to pop out the doors first. So once you pop it out at the very back here, you'll see kind of like a ball joint fin. You can kind of flip it out. And here you can kind of see the tinted windows better once you flip it out, because it's not blocked by the plastic. So once you have this done, do the same on the other side. Flip out the other fin. So you have this piece done. Next, at the back here, these 2 side pieces basically peg onto this piece. So you kind of have to unpeg the back piece here. You can kind of, once you unpeg it, you can kind of rotate it to get it out of the way. And basically you can kind of flip his feet down. These 2 are his feet. But just make sure this piece is kind of unpegged. So you can freely move the feet down, like so. And then once you have this, you can kind of angle this in however way you want. I just kind of leave it as it is. I don't like to transform that part. You can go ahead and flip the front of the car part down. Flip the whole kind of sunroof or kind of like back of the car up, and then it reveals his eagle head or the bird head, and then you can kind of flip it out. Go ahead and close this up here, and then you can flip this out as a tail. And then kind of angle the wings up. And then kind of just straighten everything out. And there you have this figure transformed in its alternate mode, or the bird mode. So this kind of looks silly, I have to say. It's not a really nice transformation. I mean, the transformation's easy, but like the alt mode on this vehicle, it's kind of disappointing, I have to say. It doesn't look that great in my opinion. I like the overall shape of the eagle head, but if you look closely at the paint apps, the white paint's kind of smudged on the beak. That's something I don't like. I like the red eyes though. The red eye detail is really good. The head is on a ball joint, so you can kind of play around with how you want to angle the head. The wings, obviously, just the car doors with kind of like a flap here. This flap is on a ball joint, and the wing is on a ball joint. So you can move it in a lot of different ways. But this kind of chest part of the front car is kind of too bulky, in my opinion, on this mode. So it makes it kind of look weird. The feet, no ball joint movement. You can just kind of move it up and down. You can kind of angle this to kind of move it further, or else it'll block you. So I guess you can kind of make it like a flight mode kind of thing if you switch it around, I guess. I don't know. Like, there's no good way of kind of displaying this figure, in my opinion, on this mode. I much prefer it in the car mode. And that's pretty much it for articulation. There's not a lot of articulation on this. Upon transformation, not a lot of paint detail difference as well. Maybe just a little bit of kind of like a light brown detail. And one thing, oh, and my back piece just popped off. It's on a lever here. And basically pegs back into this hole here. If it pops off, you can just kind of pop it back in. Not a big issue, but it is a pain to kind of get it back in. So yeah, like as you can see, it's kind of hard to pop it back in. You kind of have to move everything away and then make sure you kind of swivel these gray pieces in perfectly. So that's pretty much it on this bird mode. So to transform it back, easy. Flip this out again, pop the head back in. You can go ahead and kind of close the feet in. And then make sure on the tail there's a small plastic piece here on each side that pegs into the hole on each side of the car. So just make sure you peg that in, like so. And then once you see the, once you peg that in and everything's like tightened on the back, the feet's in, you can kind of close the front of the car against the kind of like the small kind of plastic parts that's sticking out of the windshield. Close the wing flaps and then close the doors. And then kind of just straighten everything out, compress it, make sure everything's tightly packed, and you have your car back. So transformation is really easy. I much prefer him as a car than the bird, but car mode looks great. It's kind of fun for them to add a transformation feature to this toy, but the alt mode on this toy, it kind of looks awkward in my opinion, but the car mode looks absolutely fantastic and it rolls really well, just like a Hot Wheels toy car. So that's pretty much it for this toy. So if you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to leave it below. Again, more reviews are coming up. Subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching.